Welcome back to Last Timeout. I'm Denzi.
I'm B.
I hope everyone's doing great today. Welcome back to another episode. I know y'all have been a little, how would I say it? Like y'all been a little delayed on the episodes because we're busy now. It's not like we're quarantined, we got nothing to do because we're both working now and the schedules is tight. But we're still managing to put out 2 episodes a week. So yeah, you got
As
anything to say, D?
promised. We like you said, we still getting you around the 2 episodes a week. So I mean, we still keeping our promise. We still trying to stay at least fairly consistent. Like you said, I mean, it's gonna be hard, but this just it comes a part of it. But I mean, it is what it is, though.
Yep. Well, for a little bit of NBA news that we have, it's not too much, just a little
Hold
bit.
on, hold on, hold on,
Oh,
hold
what's
on.
up?
Y'all peep the fade. Y'all peep. Hey, and I had to join the AirPod gang. Denzi, Denzi been applying pressure. He said, "Hey, you gotta go get them AirPods." Hey, so once that first check hit, you already know what I had to do, bro. Had to go ahead, go to Walmart, make that purchase real quick and easy. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
I'm in here. But
If you
go
don't got
ahead.
AirPods, you need to copy some AirPods,
Oh
man.
yeah. Bro, my life has changed for the better. I just feel I just feel so much more complete. Like everything is like I don't know. It's really been a change, man. It's really been a noticeable change, man. But yeah, bro. Go ahead and get into the NBA news, man.
We don't have too much NBA news, but we do have a little bit. So first thing we got is the Nets. They just waived Theo Pinson to get Tyler Johnson, bro. As a Nets fan,
Dang, that's
as a Nets
messed
fan,
up.
as a Nets fan, that made me sad, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, Theo Pinson
Oh.
is what started the Nets little celebrations and all that, the dances. Yeah,
Yeah.
he started all that, bro. Without him, that wouldn't have started.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really like an end of an era, bro. That's really yeah,
Dang.
that's saddening, bro.
Bro, that's so. He was a part of that last season with D'Lo and how that team was just so inspiring because they didn't have like some superstar. They just had their all-star league guard with D'Lo and a bunch of role players, and they got to the playoffs. They even won a game against Philly. So that's like wow. And he was on the bench doing his little dance, hyping the team up. Now, that's messed up.
Now he wasn't the greatest player, obviously,
Man, he wasn't
but
good.
he really did bring that energy. He really did bring that energy. But
I guess they said, we ain't finna fly you out here just to come do some dance moves. 'Cause that's what he's good for. He averaged 3 celebrations per game. He's leading the league. He's leading the league. Let me get off that. Hey
hey,
man.
he did go viral though.
Hey yeah, man. I'm sure he got a good little following. Yeah,
So
man.
moving on from that, the Avery Bradley decided to option out of playing in Orlando this season. Ooh, this season. But J.R. Smith is the number one option for them to pick up to replace him right now. So I think actually no, because the Lakers really did need that kind of defender from Avery Bradley. They did need that kind of defense,
Mhm.
but J.R. Smith bringing another shooter to the team, they could definitely use that as well. So
Well, yeah. I like you said, I definitely agree. It was a little rumor circulating back then, it was back when it was between Deion Waiters and J.R. Smith to fill in that position a little while back. And what people thought that what they were gonna do was cut Jared Dudley and get Deion Waiters and J.R. Smith. So now we got a situation where you ain't gotta cut nobody because Avery Bradley's not getting cut. He may be now, but it's voluntarily. It's on his part. So I mean, it is what it is. It was honestly, it was probably bound to happen, but I mean, obviously, it's not official yet. Don't get me wrong, it's not official. He haven't signed, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, you mentioned Jared Dudley, and it made me just want to bust out laughing because like he does get a lot of hate,
He
but
do.
he's not one of those players that you'd expect. He's not gonna go out there and give you 20.
He a
But
solid dude though.
yeah,
He a solid dude. Like he'll go way he be talking on Twitter, he make it sound like he'll die for AD and LeBron. Like
yeah.
I'm like, bro, you tweaking.
I mean, he's a really great veteran,
Yeah,
really great
he
veteran.
was on that Nets team
Yeah,
with Theo
with
Pinson. So yeah.
without him, the Nets they don't make the playoffs because during the very last stretch of the season, he really had a major role in those last few
He
games to help
did.
them make the playoffs.
I
So
believe
without
it.
him, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
I
So yeah,
believe it.
he doesn't get too much credit, but he
He
really does
don't.
deserve it.
He I remember him hitting some big shots against Philly where him and Ben Simmons had their little scuffle going back and forth. He was really trying to get in Ben Simmons' head. So I mean, that's just what those the type of players you love to see. They don't go out and drop 20 like you said, but they do the little things. So I mean, that it's always nice to see. Always nice to see.
Most definitely. So what we got for this episode, man?
What we're doing the top 10 NBA duos going to Orlando. So of course, like it's a lot of good duos that's not going to Orlando. Like maybe you say I don't know, like if you was to say like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, even though they could play because I believe they're kind of healthy now, but they're not going to Orlando. So, I mean, so we got the teams that are actually going to Orlando. So, and we are including the teams that might not make the playoffs. We are including them because they are going to Orlando from what we're hearing right now. So, so that's what I got. You want to start off with number 10 or you want me to go?
Number 10. Oh, why don't we start off with number one?
Okay. 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 My
Cause
number
yeah,
one. I got LeBron and AD. I mean, it's honestly, I thought about putting Kawhi and PG. LeBron and AD have played way more games together. So I mean, and their pick and roll is unstoppable, as it should be. So I got them together. Who you got?
uh, yeah, I did have AD LeBron too. I mean, that's pretty much a no brainer for
Yeah.
number one. That's why I just wanted to start off with them. Then we go back to 10. But yeah, for number 10, that's really tough for me. Uh, I'd have to say, dang, that's not a duo though. That's a trio, really.
Who was you thinking of?
Nah, I was thinking of the Celtics, but they should be ranked higher anyway. I was gonna
I
say
got them on here though. I
Tate,
got
yeah. I was
yeah.
gonna say Tatum and Jalen Brown.
You got them at 10?
No, I was just throwing it out there, but they're
Oh,
definitely not 10.
yeah, they're not.
Honest, I don't know who I would put at 10. I feel like anyone I choose, it would be disrespectful in a way. I don't know. Um,
Let me. I'm gonna tell you who I got at 10, and then you can kind of get an idea. I got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and CP3. That's what I got at 10. Me personally, you could have. It's kind of like the Celtics. Kind of, you could throw Danilo Gallinari in there if you want to, but I chose CP3 and Shea. They've been balling. They've been both averaging around 20. I do want to see Shea turn up his playmaking some more because I know he has point guard abilities in him. But they've been a nice solid duo, giving them a scoring punch, even defensively. They've both been pretty solid on that end. So that's what I got.
and we're including the teams that aren't in the top eight.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so for number 10, I'm gonna disagree with you, bro. Shay and CP3. I think that's good at 10.
You do think they good at 10?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good at
Okay.
10.
So who you got?
For number nine, we're going on number nine.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
Who
was
got
saying
a
for oh
9?
yeah, I was saying for number 10 that Shay and CP3 is good for number
Okay.
10.
Okay, so we both got Shane. Okay, who you got a 9?
So for number nine, oof, yeah, I'm gonna put Porzingis and Luca at number nine.
Oh, that's kind of low, G.
Yeah, they could definitely be higher than that, but I just want to see how they play in the playoffs. This is one of them
Nah,
kind of things.
it's not too much lower than what I have them. So, I mean, yeah, I see why you have them that low. But at my number 9, I have Jimmy and Bam. They've been outstanding defensively all season. Like the on court connection is great, but the off court connection is amazing. I was just watching Jimmy Butler, like an interview he had. He was like, somebody asked him what's been the best part of this season so far for you, and he said it's seeing Bam's reaction to when he made the All Star game. So that's just like that shows the deep connection that they have, how much love they have for each other. Even just like how locked in defensively, like they're always communicating. When I watch them, they're true leaders on this team. So it's really nice to see. So that's what I got. What you got at 8?
Number number eight, I got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. This this
Wow.
this might be a little biased. Actually, it is kind of biased
It is what it
because
is. It
we
is what
know
it
we
is.
know how Embiid get down. He get to crying. I'm not with that, man. If he can stop the crying, we we seen this season. Everyone started talking bad about him because he was just playing soft all of a sudden, and he was really
His
getting
fans
exposed.
got to booing him. His own
Yes,
fans got to booing him. I think that's what blew in. I think so.
yeah, I don't know what was going on with him, but yeah, that's why I got him at 8. Ben Simmons, we know his problem.
It's a darn shame, bro. I can't believe it. My number 8, I got Jokic and Jamal. Honestly, and I look at my list, I'd rather put Jimmy and Bam, but I'm not gonna change my list because I mean it is what it is. But I got Jokic and Jamal. They've been great. Like the way they're fit for each other, like they're fit. I was telling Denzel, a lot of my list is going to be about fit. So like the way they play with each other, like just because they're two great players on the same team, it don't matter. So I got Jokic and Jamal because Jokic, he's such a good playmaker to where he can have the ball in the post and let Jamal Murray run off ball because Jamal Murray is not a big playmaker. So it's just nice to see that they can complement each other like so good. Like I feel like this is the perfect point guard that Jokic needs, and this is the perfect center that Jamal Murray needs. So I hope they can still grow their game with each other. Even though Jamal is not that big of a playmaker, I do see potential. I do see the potential, especially with the pieces he has around him, like Gary Harris, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Paul Mil- I feel like he can. He definitely has enough weapons to average around 6, 7 assists if he reaches that deep into his bag, and he making that money, so he better do it. He
Hmm.
better do it.
Right on. Next one is number 7, right?
Yeah.
All right, number 7, I put Jimmy and Bam. Like you
Okay.
said,
Okay.
they're both great defenders. They work well together. They can both facilitate. They're both just great all around
Yeah.
players. They can really do it all on the court. And Bam, he still has a lot of room to improve, but he's just getting started. And with
Yeah.
Jimmy, like you said, they have a great connection. Him learning from Jimmy and all that. He's gonna be a great player, man.
Yeah. For sure. I definitely agree. I ain't even get to bring up like how good a playmaker they was. We were just looking up their stats. They both averaged like around 5 assists. So, but yeah, my number seven, I got Luka and Porzingis here. Good young duo. They got a lot of room to grow. And it's like I could have put them higher, but towards the beginning of the season, we seen that like they didn't really know how to play that well with each other. Our offensive rating at the beginning of the season went down when they were on the floor together. So they had to learn to play together. Everybody thought, okay, Kristaps Porzingis can space the floor for Luka, so they should come in fitting well automatically. But that wasn't the case. So I mean, but towards the end of the season, of course, they kept building the chemistry and they started working really well together. So if they would have kept that level of play all season, I could have easily put them in the top five because just how good of players they are individually. But it is what it is. I got him here at seven. I feel like it's just right for them.
Yeah. So next, number six, I put the I almost forgot his name. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Okay.
Like you said, we all know how great of a passer Jokic is. Jamal Murray, he's never been much of a playmaker, but they work well together. Jokic dishing him the ball, and
Yeah.
yeah,
My my number six, I got Tatum and Kimba. It's really nice to see. We almost kind of expected this from Kimba. The fact that he's able to, okay, at some point I want to start winning. And if giving Tatum the ball and letting him develop, it is what it is. I'm gonna give him the ball. And that just shows great leadership from Kimba, him letting Tatum take the big shots or just letting him make that extra play or make that extra pay. It's like really nice to see like Kimba ego. It's like he don't have one and it's like he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. And it's showing with the Celtics team. I really like this duo. I could have put Jalen Brown in here too, but I chose Tatum and Kimba.
yeah, that's who I put next, for number five. But I put Tatum and Brown instead of Tatum
Okay.
and Kemba.
Okay.
You know, they're both great two-way players. They're the future of the Celtics. It's really what they are.
Yeah.
So that's really why I put them instead of Kemba. So yeah, what you got for the next one?
For number five, I got Ben and Embiid. We're yet to see them mesh so well, like mesh well together and be able to play together. But their individual talent, like it's crazy. So that lands them in the top five. But if, like you said, if Tatum, Kimber, or Brown, if you want to throw Brown into the mix, I could easily see Ben and Embiid falling out of the top five duos list if they don't learn how to play together well, especially when Steph and Clay come back. So they could easily fall out of the top five, maybe lower close to 10, maybe. Yeah, who you got at you said your five?
No, this is number five. I
Okay.
think. Oh no, this is number four. I think.
Oh, you're okay,
This is
yeah,
number
okay,
four. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
number four. I got Westbrook and Harden.
Okay.
Uh, this is exactly where you can put them, really, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because they're both great individual players, but together, I'm just not sure about how it works. Westbrook, he did get a lot better this season because he was struggling shooting, and he decided to play to his strengths, and that really did help them a lot. That helped them win a lot more games because Harden was in a slump. So yeah, that's just where I put them. But yeah, who you got?
I'm right with you. I got Harden and Westbrook at my number four. I totally agree. It somehow I feel like once they got rid of Clint Capella and just centers period, I feel like that took them as far as playing together to another level. So I mean, it's nice to see. Who you got at show number 3?
Number 3, I got Giannis and Chris Middleton. You know, they. I feel like this duo could definitely get better,
Oh yeah,
but they haven't proven it yet. They gotta do it right now in the playoffs.
yeah,
This is their
yeah.
time. This is most definitely their time. There's no excuse for them. They don't have no injuries. I think they don't have no injuries. This Bucks team. So yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for them. I like this duo a lot.
Yeah, I'm right with you, bro. I got Chris Middleton and Giannis at number. It's time for Giannis to keep playing that regular season basketball where he only has to play 25 minutes and it's a blowout because Giannis isn't playing that many minutes. But like a little bit after halftime, the game is already over because they're blowing teams out. So he just got to keep that level of play up. Middleton has to step up. It's no longer you've solidified yourself in this league as an all-star. At least in the East, you solidified yourself as an all-star. Now it's time to get to superstar caliber. At least superstar caliber. You ain't got to be a bona fide superstar, but you got to be superstar caliber. So he's really gonna have to step up. His defense has been nice this season. But he's really gonna have to turn it up. What is he averaging, like 20? He might have to turn that into 26, 27 as far as the playoffs goes if they want to win this championship because everybody else is hungry. So yeah.
Hmm. Before we move on from this duo, people have said that Giannis not being able to shoot threes is going to be able to slow them down. I don't think so, honestly, in my opinion.
Giannis has been shooting, bro. I
Yeah, he
don't.
has, but what a lot of people don't know, Giannis, he used to be a way better 3-point shooter. Like his his first years in the league, he was a great shooter, but he grew like I think it was like 3 inches, and
Oh
he
yeah,
gained all that muscle, and yeah, that's when his jump shot just changed, and yeah, but he
yeah.
was doing step backs and jab step. Ah, yeah,
hmm Giannis is a solid 3-point shooter, up to 30%. He raised that 5%. That's a league average 3-point shooter. So it's like it's crazy, and like a lot of people say, if Giannis can at least be a okay 3-point shooter, he's going to be the greatest. I mean, he's going to be the best player in the league. So I'm like, okay, he's shooting threes now. Is he the best player in the league? Oh, okay. You still
yeah,
saying LeBron? Like, what else my boy
yeah.
got to do? But I feel like this is what he got to do. If he win the championship, I feel like he's going to be the best player in the league. And I don't think it's going to be that close of a debate. I don't.
Yeah, most definitely. He just has to be able to knock it down wide open. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do for sure. Who you got at two? I think is general consensus.
Yeah, Kawhi and PG.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only issue with this duo is this load management stuff. Paul George, he deals with a lot of injuries now. Um, but yeah, they could I could see them taking number one, but right now no because of their issues. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I agree. This duo, I wanted to see more. Not, I'm not saying that they've been underperforming. They've been great when they play, but I just wanted to see them play more. I wanted to see them battle it out in the regular season. Like, but it is what it is. I think they won the season series against the Lakers. So, I mean, they still been performing on the biggest stages. So it's gonna be scary to see them in the playoffs, man.
yeah. Kawhi, he's been performing when he plays,
Yeah.
but Paul George, he's been a little underwhelming from what I thought he'd be this season. After he came back from the injury, I think he was averaging 20 points or something on not
Mm.
pretty good field goal percentage. But I know he's a way better player than that. So yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
Paul George he has a tendency to not really show out in the playoffs. So we'll see, man.
Playoff P. Playoff P. That's garbage. Hey, but speaking on Paul George, We already said our number one was Brown and AD earlier, so. But speaking on Paul George, I don't know if you heard, but reports he was on some type of show or something. He said back when he was on the Pacers, the best power forward in the league, he ain't say who, he just said the best power forward in the league at the time wanted to come to the Pacers, and the Pacers said no. They literally said no. They were like, we don't even want to attempt to get the deal done. We're a mid-market team. We're Indiana, like, and they didn't want to get the deal done. So Paul George said right after that, that's when I told my agent I wanted to request the trade. He said they're not trying to win. So it's not a lot, but it just enlightens us on what was happening. Because if you remember back then, of course he could go to the Lakers, Cavs, all those types of teams. But what you think about that?
Uh, that's pretty crazy, bro. I don't know why they would do that as a franchise.
Yes.
Why would you not want to do that for your star player?
They say at the time it was between Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis, and LaMarcus Aldridge. That was around the best power force in the league at the time. So I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
I had LaMarcus in my head.
yeah, it was one of them. I That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like it may have been. I feel like it was LaMarcus. I feel like it was LaMarcus. I feel like because then not too later the whole Kawhi thing happened. So maybe it was some front office drama at that time. Maybe it was
Yeah,
just
I feel like there's a lot more to
yeah,
the story than that. Yeah.
yeah. So because he didn't dive too deep into it, but that was just crazy. But yeah, I guess we're getting ready to wrap. There's one more thing I wanted to say though. So I got I got into a little Instagram debate with a fan. So I'm gonna call him a fan. It is what it is. He checking out the podcast. He don't want to subscribe, but it's cool. It's cool. We're not gonna speak on it. But he the main thing about the debate was what makes a good coach. It was under a post that said the Warriors assistant coach got hit up by the Knicks to be their head coach. So we got into a little debate about that and the general consistency. What do you think makes a good coach? Tell me what you think makes a good coach.
I mean, first of all, you can't be a good coach without good players.
Yeah.
You can't, bro. Honestly, you can't. And a lot of people hate on Steve Kerr because of that, because he has this super team, and it just makes him a horrible coach for some reason. It's not really his fault,
Yes.
but an example of a good coach is Brad Stevens. He has he hasn't
Yeah.
he hasn't had a superstar, but he still manages to be a top team in his conference. So
Yeah.
that's yeah, and Nuggets coach, what's his name?
Mike Malone.
Yep, it's another one. And the Bucks coach, great coach, great coach. That's an amazing coach right there. Now, an example of a bad coach is the Kings coach.
Luke Walton. Yeah. We
Yeah,
we spoke on Luke Walton during that little discussion too. But
horrible coach.
yeah, let me do my little rant. First of all, he's a Knicks fan. So if I would have knew he's a Knicks fan off the muscle, I wouldn't even bother with him because Knicks fans are delusional. I've said this multiple times. Like the Knicks fans, they want the next coming of Phil Jackson. That's what they want. They want the next coming of Greg Popovich. That's what they want. Like they can't be satisfied with who they have a chance at getting. And I can't. It's Mike Brown. His name is Mike Brown. The Warriors assistant coach, Mike Brown. He's actually a solid coach. I tried to point out to him that in 2017, Mike Brown he had to step up and be the head coach in a playoff series when Steve Kerr was sick. So I'm sitting here telling him, hey, bro, he's a solid coach. He's showed out in the playoffs before. I know he can't go out on the floor and do everything, but he's still leading these great players. So I'm like, bro, as a Knicks fan, bro, you gotta understand. I don't care if you get Greg Popovich. You probably not making the playoffs with that roster, man. So I'm like, bro, you gotta relax. You gotta relax and like everybody coming for me because I'm just stating my opinion, which is a fact. Like whatever coach the Knicks get it ain't gonna be nothing drastic. It ain't gonna be nothing drastic. So I'm like, bro, just get who you gonna get. Like, come on, man.
Who's the next coach right now?
I
Oh,
don't even
he got fired, I think. Yeah, I think he got
I
fired.
don't even know. I think he was the assistant coach last year. I don't. They keep changing coaches because they don't know what to do. They don't know. As a franchise, they're literally confused. Like it's stupid, bro. They got Dennis Smith Jr. not even getting minutes.
That's
Frank
unbelievable.
Frank Ntilikina, like they not playing Mitchell Robinson. Like they. Knicks fans, man, y'all blow me, bro. Y'all get on my nerves, man.
What they need right now, it's not really like a great coach. It's like a developmental coach that they need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad I said that about Steve Kerr. I said Steve Kerr, he kind of helped some of these young players like Draymond Green. He let him be able to run the point guard even when he's in at power forward. He let him bring the ball up. Even I pointed out when David Lee got injured, the ball wasn't so stagnant. So that's kind of where the motion offense kind of evolved because we weren't sitting there watching David Lee post up for half of the game. So I'm like, bro, like, do not try to downplay some of these coaches because they have good players. I even pointed out Greg Popovich. I think Greg Popovich may have said Tim Duncan has saved his coaching job multiple times with his play on the court. So as great as Greg Popovich is, he still had about 3 Hall of Fame players on his team. So just stop it. Just the better the players on the team does not make the coach worse. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
exactly. Even Phil Jackson, like you always need a
Right.
great player to
He
have a.
had MJ, Shaq, and Kobe. Come on, bro.
You always need great players to be a good coach. That's
Come
just how it
on.
works. You
And
can't
that's
have a trash team and expect to make the playoffs.
man, bro.
I don't know.
He's a Knicks fan at the end of the day. It is what it is. They a different breed. And I'm not saying that in a pop. Some Knicks fans are not delusional. Don't let me go that far. But it is what it is. He just a bad one. He bad apple. He a bad apple. But
For
yeah,
for a
man.
coach for a coach option, I hope the Knicks pick up Kenny Atkinson. He's not a great
Dang,
coach, but he's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
great at developing players.
Developmental, yeah. That's a beautiful pickup.
He
And yeah, I
he
like that.
did D'Lo so wrong, bro. A lot of people don't know what he's done, but
What'd he do?
it's a lot of like he's basically one of those coaches that have favorites. So
Ah,
even though D'Lo was the best player on the team, even though he led them to the playoffs, he still would put Dinwiddie in during the last minutes of
yeah.
the game, and he'd make D'Lo sit. So
I could tell he tried to treat D'Lo like he was like one of the guys. Don't get me wrong, he is one of the guys, but he tried to treat him like he was just like a role player, kind of.
yeah, that's exactly what he did, and he would have an excuse for it and say minutes restriction, but
Yeah,
that wasn't the case.
yeah. I kind of feel like that's why D'Lo, because I think D'Lo was on a season before last season. I think that was like 2016, 2017. When that was like his first year. He was like I guess he was dealing with injury. Like he wasn't playing him. Like they said minutes restriction. So I already know where you coming from. I get exactly what you're saying. Hopefully it's not another situation like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, guess you trying to wrap this up. Anything else you got to say?
Oh man, that's a wrap for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I'm Denzi,
I'm D.
and we out.